morning, Facebook and Instagram. So we are on here on Facebook Live, and we're also doing Instagram Live. So.
Oh, we're doing both.
Yeah.
That must be why. That must be why Emily's right back there. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's why she's standing there.
Okay.
Okay. So today, we're talking about Instagram hashtags.
Why
they're important, and even though we're also live on Facebook Live, and it's not Instagram, we know that there's a lot of people who use both Facebook and Instagram as their main choices for social media for business. So we decided, let's just go ahead and talk about it for both channels and both platforms. I don't know if you call them channels.
That was a polite way of Kim saying that Eric got his way, and we're talking about Instagram a little bit today, starting there.
Right, even though I didn't really want to talk about Instagram hashtags on Facebook, Eric always gets what he wants, so here we go.
Unless he asks my wife, and then I never do. But I think it's really important, Kim, because for those of us that use both Instagram and Facebook as a social marketing tool for their business, a lot of it starts or can start on Instagram. And so I really want to break that down so people understand it.
Right, because to remind you, you can share from Instagram to Facebook.
Exactly.
Which is what you always do for MaxLighter.
Right. We have it set up so that we post something on Instagram and it auto-magically posts to Facebook. So then we don't have to do both if we don't want to.
Right.
I don't have to put a post out there and manage two different feeds or pages at the same time.
Right. Though I will say that Facebook and Instagram do have are totally different platforms. They attract totally different types of people. So in your case, Instagram has been way more successful and a better use of your time, but you still have a lot of friends, a lot of followers on Facebook. So sharing it to Facebook works for you and your brand. That doesn't always work for everyone. You want to make sure that you're speaking to the audiences on both accounts.
You do. In my opinion. You do, Kim, but I think it for those people who can crack Instagram and turn it into a tool that builds momentum for them,
right?
It can be very powerful.
Absolutely.
And you just got to kind of find your stride. But it all starts for us with hashtags. And several weeks ago we tried to do a hashtag party where I talked about hashtags and how to do them. And the weather was so bad that we didn't get a chance to, it kept failing and whatnot, and I don't think the point got across. So I'm going to try to simulate that again, because when we're posting to Instagram and then it feeds Facebook, it starts with hashtags for us, because that's how you grow. It's one of the ways you grow your audience. Okay.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, right. And thanks for breaking that down. So Kim's here to kind of keep her eye on me and make sure that I'm not talking about nothing for 10 minutes. So let's get to work. When you post, so you're getting ready to do a post on Instagram, and I'm going to do one right now. So actually, let me show you. I've got Instagram up, and let me hit the screen because, okay, see? So I've got my Instagram page up, and I'm going to go... Actually, I clicked on the little, and now I'm getting a phone call. That's going to happen a lot because I get a lot of phone calls because our Instagram, so see, someone from Clovis, California is calling us. Why? Because they're watching us on Facebook and Instagram, and they're contacting us wanting services. It really works, people. I'm going to hit the decline button. If that's you, I apologize. I'll call you back. But I'm going to hit the little post button on Instagram, which means I'm going to be creating a post. And I'm going to pick this picture of this orange Bronco. Okay?
Move a little closer.
Move a little closer to you?
No, not to me.
Okay, that was weird for a second. And you don't invade Kim's personal space. Rule number 1. I do, because she's kind of like my little sister, and then she pinches me or punches me. So it doesn't work out well, but I make do. So see, I got a picture of an orange Bronco here, and I'm going to click next because I want to post that. And in this case, this Bronco just came into MaxLighter Brothers Customs, and so I want to show people that it's for sale. Okay?
Yeah.
And so you're not going to see some of this, but I would type in for sale, this 1973 orange Bronco just got here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm done with the description, At the end of the description, I can add hashtags. Okay? So a hashtag is let me hold this for a second. So you've probably seen the Justin Timberlake hashtag Jimmy Kimmel, hashtag we're having fun, hashtag Kim loves to hang out with Eric, hashtag Emily's rocking the video camera right behind us, hashtag, right? Hashtag is what the post relates to,
right.
What it has to do with, okay? Hashtag Eric's not very funny.
Hashtag Ford Bronco, hashtag
Oh yeah,
4x4.
we're talking about that, right. So I would put hashtags underneath it that relate to that Ford Bronco.
Right.
Now, I've done it long enough that I know what those things are. I know that people follow hashtag Ford Bronco, hashtag early Bronco, hashtag vintage Bronco.
Because you can follow hashtags on Instagram.
Exactly.
And a lot of people do that.
Hey, you're jumping ahead, though.
I'm sorry.
No, she has to, because again, I'll be off in left field. The reason the hashtags are important is because that's how people... So Blake, come here, Blake. Blake is his first day. He's in his first hour. He's our new social media intern here at MaxLider Brothers Customs. So you're going to see a lot of Blake here. But Blake, if Blake is interested in Ford Broncos, right? He might follow the hashtag Vintage Bronco, right? Yeah. So Blake's in California, following Instagram posts that relate to hashtag Vintage Bronco. Right? Mm-hmm. I told him I wasn't going to put him on camera, and then I did anyway. See, it's just spontaneity here at Movidia and MaxLider. But so Blake's following those hashtags. Me as a poster, I don't know Blake exists in California looking at hashtag Vintage Bronco. Okay? But if I put hashtag Vintage Bronco in my post, he might see that post if he subscribes to hashtag Vintage Bronco. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So Blake's in California. I put this post, hashtag explanation, and then at the bottom, hashtag Vintage Bronco. And then a day later, Blake is surfing through because he's subscribing to that hashtag, and he sees my picture of this orange Bronco. Mm-hmm. And he goes, oh man, that's interesting. I'm going to look at that picture, look at the description, and who are these MaxLider Motors cats? And what are they all about? And so then he bops over to my page, my Instagram page, and says, oh man, they post pictures of Broncos all the time. And I'm into Broncos because I subscribe to Vintage Bronco. I'm going to follow them. And so he clicks the little follow button, and without me knowing it happens, I've just now welcomed Blake into the family of followers for MaxLider Motors. Okay? So, does that make sense, Kim?
Yes.
Okay. So do we
Why is that important?
Why is that important for MaxLider?
Right, so you just gained someone from a hashtag to follow MaxLider, and that's important because how does that help your business?
Okay, great question, Kim. That helps our business because I know Blake and all the other folks that find us organically on Instagram, Blake's into Broncos. Well, MaxLider Motors not only sells Broncos, but we do service to Broncos. We offer parts to Broncos, which is something we're going to launch here more soon. We offer apparel. See my new, this is not a Bronco shirt, but it's a Ford F-250. This is one of our new shirts. Watch for the announcement later. It's going to be awesome. Pre-release sale coming this week. Blake's going to help me with that. He doesn't know yet. But we offer t-shirts. So I want Blake to buy a MaxLider Brothers t-shirt. Right? So if he's following, then later on this week when we release our pre-release sale and have this cool new Bronco Grill t-shirt, he's going to see it and possibly buy it. He might also in the future decide, oh, you know what? I want a Bronco, and I've been following these guys for a year, and I know, like, and trust them virtually, digitally, that digital relationship, know, like, and trust them, and I'm thinking about buying a Bronco. They're going to be the first folks we call.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yep. And that's why it's so important, because you're starting that digital relationship, which we've talked about several times over the last several weeks. We're starting with Blake. He's in college. I'm not really sure what you're doing. We're going to start by, he's going to buy a shirt, and a gateway product, let's say, and then he's going to be really successful one day, and he's going to want to come back and buy a Bronco when he's got lots of money with his super fancy job that he's going to get. And then he already loves you guys. He's got 5 shirts. He's going to buy his Bronco from you because he trusts you, just like you said. Exactly.
And one more important element to that, Kim, is that because we've posted that hashtag, Blake has run across it. He has started to follow Max Slider. Now I'm going to put posts out that try to encourage Blake to market us to his friends, right? So I'm going to do one of my future posts later on this week might be tag a friend who loves blue Broncos. And Blake goes, oh man, Bill and Chuck, they both have blue Broncos. I'm going to tag them on that post. And then pretty soon, those dudes see that post, and they go through the same process Blake did to find us. They go, oh, those cats at Max Slider Brothers are cool, and we're going to follow them, and now it's all good. And so now I'm using Blake to market to his friends in hopes to bring them to our Instagram account so that we can begin the digital relationship.
Kind of like a form of influencer marketing, really. I mean, you're using your other fans to
Absolutely.
To get in front of their audiences.
Absolutely. I just had someone post just the other day, and just this weekend, they said, I remember when you had 350 followers. And it's so cool to see you guys fastly approaching about 100,000 followers, or just over 100,000 followers on both Instagram and Facebook. And it started 4 years ago with those really small numbers and just some consistency and doing some. Look, California's calling me back. They want to talk. They really want to buy a Bronco. Hang on, I'll get back to you.
Because they saw your really cool Facebook Live.
Or maybe they're a small business and they're really compelled by this information, so they want to sign up.
Could have been a hashtag too.
Could have been a hashtag, exactly. Yeah. So, using hashtags, you only want to do about 5 or 6 hashtags on each post, and you don't want to use the same hashtags each time. So try to vary that a little bit.
Would it be smart to pick 2 or 3 hashtags that you would use for every post, or change up the hashtags?
Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Keith.
Keith just posed the question. Hey, Keith, what's up, buddy? I know I probably should catch up with you, but I will soon. So I would vary the hashtags a little bit. I would keep them semi-fresh and dynamic.
And you can search hashtags. Like when you go to put them in with your post, it will tell you how popular that hashtag is as well. And so look at those numbers, because if only 100 people have used it in the past, it's probably not going to get very much engagement. But if it has 1 million people who follow it, or that other people are using it, then that's a pretty good indicator that it's a good hashtag to use.
Exactly. And again, you're just trying to find out who's paying attention to what, so that you can put your stuff out in front of them and lure them in. Okay. So that's our segment on hashtags for Instagram. Set your Instagram page up to integrate with Facebook so that you can get the best of both worlds and figure out how you could use both of those mediums for growing your small business.
And if you loved this conversation on Instagram hashtags and you just really want more information, or you just love this topic, give us some thumbs up, and we will continue to talk about other areas of Instagram to help your business.
Yeah, and why don't you tag some of the business owners that you know in this Facebook feed, because Facebook kind of works the same way. We'd love to have your tags of your friends who own small business owners who would benefit from learning how to use social media. So do that below, comment below. I'll tell you what, we have had a phenomenal number of input, or number of people providing input on things that they want to see, and we are reading through those and talking about those.
Planning those out.
Yeah, so we can bring that content to you. Thanks so much for those. That's great. Keep posting your ideas, and we'll keep talking about them. On behalf of Blake and Kim, I'm Eric, Mavidia Technology Group, and Max Slider Brothers Customs. God bless. Deuces.